It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom like pilgrims from Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston's strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and ends. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin Wharf, Fenway Park, Omar Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Oh,
I can't get over that open. I don't know what to say, man.
I was just bouncing my knee. I've heard it how many times? Months and weeks.
Every day. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good stuff, man. What a day.
I mean,
what a morning, man. What a morning to be alive and live in Canton.
Things are coming. Things are coming together.
You know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a fucking time, right? We just took another big bite.
Oh,
right?
that was a lot of bite. That was a big one.
So I heard that they were having a party at where Chris Albert lives. Like they have a common area, those townhouses, and they had some people there waiting for the numbers to come in. Womp, womp, womp. Like it, right?
Must have been a long night for some of them.
I fucking love it, dude.
I'm so happy for her. I really am.
She does. Oh, she smoked them.
Listen, finally they get the right person, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Canton. That's a start, right?
Here's the thing. I'm really excited about is that maybe Chrissy's gonna recuse himself. Now you got a 2-2 vote on Helena's contract, and she needs majority. Oh, you're gonna crush me right now, aren't you? You're gonna crush me.
No, you ready?
What?
If anything, what this does, even if it's 3-2, this at least garners a discussion and an open dialogue between the residents and someone who's willing to, listen to the residents. So they go to Sue Harrington and they say, listen, Sue, we don't want a new police chief from in town. We want a chief from outside. Bring in some new blood. Like Noble. Granted, Noble isn't from around here, but he's done more in the last 6 months than we've seen prior. So,
right.
So the residents have the ability to go to her and listen to what their issues are, and she can bring it to the board. We can now have that discussion where some people think it's a good thing, some people think it's a bad thing. There's people think this. So at least you have a discussion. Whereas with another board, it wasn't even, there's no sense having a discussion. It was just,
no.
So if anything, her being on the board is going to hold the other 2 votes against accountable for what they're going to vote coming up in front of all these people. And I think if they do it publicly the way that I think they should do it, the whole town will continue to see, hey, there's room for improvement here. Why are we spending so much money on this? Why are we doing that? Do we need a pickleball court? Can we use the old tennis courts for a pickleball court?
Tommy, when are you moving to Canton?
Telling you, man. I might be getting an address somewhere real close to you.
Yeah. There's enough room here, man. You can get your
no doubt. I'll take the doghouse out back. Kidding me? 3 floors?
Yeah, right. Oh shit.
Yeah. The gun range, exactly. Cancel the gun range for Christ's sake.
I know. What is she like?
Time out.
Was that rubber stamped? Tom, do you know that I was just like, yep, go. I mean, I remember watching meetings where she's requesting money, and they were like, "Yep, okay, just all 4 of them, 5 of them, just yeah, okay." I'm just like, what is going on here? But go ahead. Sorry, I digress.
No. Let's see how easy and see how fair this is. You ready? In order to install the gun range, you need to have a network engineer come out and engineer the plans for the gun range to be in place to take up the utilities. For example, the electricity it takes. You just can't plug it into the wall, Mike.
That's a good point.
It's a specific service.
Right.
It's 3-phase. It's not just.
Yeah, it's like 400 and 480.
This is stuff that has to come off the grid. You're tied to the grid.
Yeah.
It's not you're tied to a device that's on the grid. So it has to be engineered out. That costs a lot of money. Who's paying that?
We are.
So if you want to build a house, or even say you want to put a development in, same thing.
Put a grow house in?
Yes, it has to be certain, right? A legit grow house. I mean, with AC compressors and dehumidifiers, the whole works, right?
Yeah, I know.
Just that has to be engineered off the grid. Who's paying that? You want to do it, you have to pay for it.
That's
so
right.
Out of the police department's budget? Does it come out of the town budget? Does the town engineer this? Well, like all those questions, Mike. No, like it hasn't even been discussion. Nothing. Oh, yeah, but sign the check. Next, let's do this. Okay. And next, Mike, it'll be another car accident we find out about.
Right. So, in your humble opinion, do you think her contract gets extended?
I don't see how it can't. You don't have the means in place to be without a chief, especially with the disciplinary actions and the morale actions, just everything. Oh, there's Mikey. Look at Mike. We were talking about you last night, Brian.
Yes,
yeah, we're going to be on Brian's show Sunday. Yep.
Jesus, you didn't have to throw us $50 though.
No doubt, dude. That's wow, Brian.
I feel like a cheap hooker right now, but I'll be there.
$5 works, bud. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brian. Last night I was talking to Mike back and forth, and I'm like, yep, definitely go. Yep. I just I didn't get a chance yet to send you a text saying, yeah. And we're going to be on Amy's, right? Friday.
Who's? Yeah, Amy.
Oh, that's right. Going to be with Amy Friday.
That old Friday.
Tonight I'm on Justice Serve TV with Kristen.
No way.
Yeah.
No. With Kristen.
Another. Listen, did you hear about that yesterday?
Yeah, I posted that ticket on. It got like 10,000 views.
Dude.
Yeah, I posted it. Yeah.
Did you see the letter? Did you hear about the letter he read?
Yeah, I have a question about that.
I get a fucking problem with that. He used his time to. That's not his business.
All right, time out.
You know what? I think I should write Colonel Noble a letter today.
Hey, did he use his last name and did he use state police head paper? If not, it can be any Mike that sent that to her. Just a bust her balls.
I'm pretty sure that's intimidation. I'm pretty sure he's intimidating her boss.
What? Yeah.
That's 100% intimidation.
Do we know it was Mike Hardman? That's my problem.
Of course it was. He's the one that wrote the ticket. I got the whole thing on video, Mike.
But I understand that. But did he write the email?
I do believe he did.
Well, I know it said Mike. It didn't say state police heading on it or anything like that, right? That's the question I had for Kristen, if she's in the chat or she can call in or whatever. Because that's huge. Because if you have a state police head, paper and a heading, and you got Michael Hartman signing off as a sergeant, and he wrote a letter to your boss, that's a whole different game.
And you know what, Mike?
Yeah, buddy.
She wasn't even convicted of the ticket. Hey, Brian, you go enjoy the day, my friend. Hey, while you're walking today and doing your stuff, doing what you normally do, smile, because last night was a big win for Canton, and we're moving that ball forward. And Enrique hasn't been forgotten either, dude.
And you're a big part
of that. We're lining him up.
Yeah.
So
I heard, yeah, Brian, you were a big part of having Rita on the show a bunch of times, and
yeah,
so thanks for that, B. Appreciate it,
huge.
man. Yeah.
So getting there, buddy. We're getting there. And you know what's awesome is like everyone's working together
Yeah.
in this. Like this is a good thing.
Yeah.
This is a no-brainer. And we all, last night was fabulous for everybody, especially
I
Tony.
don't think the real deal O'Neill slept yet. I think she's still down. I really
Oh,
I don't know. I think
Can
she's
you?
down there.
I can listen. You hear it? It's still echoing off Mount Washington, coming back. Her screaming, "Yay!" You know, I can still hear her.
She already has the she already
Oh,
has
girl.
the motion to rename the street Boss Lady or something crazy like that. You know what? I posted a video of Delgado when he got in front of the.
Do you think she'll get a street sign?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hope.
I'm
So. I mean,
pretty
that
sure.
would be
I'm pretty sure you can do that. You can
Well,
petition the town to do that.
remember the contractor Delgado that was threatened and called the N-word by.
I got him right here. I'm looking at him right now. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I posted that video. I don't know if that's my video or not, but I posted that. And that's when I knew that John Connelly needed to go, because it was John Connelly, McNeese, all these other PBR construction that came after this guy, threatened to put a bullet in his head, and no one did a fucking Helena Ravi. No one did a fucking thing. They just looked at him in the select board meeting and let him talk, and that was it, right? The guy, he's the one that was walking with Michael in front of the courthouse that got the sticker ripped off him.
And you know what, Mike? You ready for this? Why wasn't he brought up at the audit?
That's right. That's right, brother. No one talked about that. The threats. He called 911. No one talked about.
They said some pretty disgusting things to the guy, and hands off to this guy, because he's taken it, and he hasn't reacted the incorrect way either. And he's pissed. Don't get me wrong. I would be too. He's right there.
What did he start doing? He started coming to standouts. He started getting his voice heard. He started showing up every day.
Retelling the same story, and I've heard this. Mike, his story's never changed once.
Never,
not
ever.
Once.
It's just.
And you want a hard worker? This guy works with his hands.
Yeah,
he's a hard worker.
Very talented.
Is he an immigrant?
Well, yeah, he's definitely got an accent. I don't know what.
He's from Portugal, maybe.
I don't know. But he's
very talented. It's not how we treat anybody, let alone a citizen of the town.
Stonework, yeah, and so he was with Michael in front of the. From Serving Justice, he's the one that had the sticker rip off his chest.
Right off.
And he didn't do anything. He just stood there like he was like this, like with his hands up, like.
And that, but if you know him, you'll know when he's got his hands up like that, he is the absolute least threatening ever.
Yeah. Hey, so Microdocs came up with a little short documentary if you want to play it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. About fat
ready?
ass.
I know who.
Hey, don't forget about this too. When we were at Stoughton District Court, Real Deal O'Neill's boyfriend was at court because he posted something on Facebook about fat ass John Connelly. Remember that? Do you remember that? He told us the whole story that he was to get a lawyer because he reposted something on Facebook, and John Connelly had charges brought up against him because he owns F&F Power Equipment. Now, Real Deal O'Neill's boyfriend wanted the case, but he had to get a lawyer, take time out of his day, and we just happened to walk into him, and Tom has the interview, and it's mind-blowing that they actually use the power of the law of a post of a Facebook, of a repost, he got in trouble for and got summons to court for it. John Connelly did that. John fat ass Connelly did that. That's disgusting. He made the guy go to court because they have an ongoing situation with the F&F Power Equipment for over, it's been around forever. Try to find a business that fixes small engines and does, lawnmowers. It'll come to your house and pick your snowblower up and fix it. The guy reposted a post on Facebook and gets a summons in the mail to go to court.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? What are we in Britain? anyways, I just so with the Real Deal O'Neill standing out with John Camo, you know, doing her thing, you know, not giving up, getting tickets from Officer Wade, there's a perv, and all that other shit with Uncle Ed. Keep it going.
Yep. This is not time to stop. Absolutely not. Nope.
Real Deal O'Neill is the real deal. And you brought a lot of people's attention and eyeballs to the movement. You know what I mean? You and John Camo. John Camo grew up here, but doesn't live here, but still put the time in every time he could to talk about Canton. And, you know, the Canton Chronicle is doing a good thing.
Again, it's Colleen's presentation. It's John and how he's just kind of, you know, there in a suit, making a point without making a scene. But he's making a point. And it's a valid, everything he does is a valid point. So, you know, you look at these people and they're effective. There's people that may not like how Colleen talks. There may be people who don't like the outfits he picks. But they both have gotten their point across to the point. We're talking about it, Mike.
Well, the real deal
stuff that we can't talk about yet, or the people that haven't gotten in touch with us, right? Think of that stuff.
Barstool Sports saw one of her videos and reposted it. And I got viral. Went over like 200,000 likes. 200. So that's what I'm talking about. That's all it takes is one video from the Real Deal or John Camo or someone else.
Someone who we haven't even heard about yet.
Right. And all of a sudden, we get more eyes on us about the Howie Carr talking about us. Aiden was talking about us last night. He was all excited. I mean, the change is coming, man. It's on the way. It's actually, and thank you, Dennis Sweeney and your wife. Thank you so much for everything you guys have been doing, man. Proud moment last night, man. To actually, I'm from Canton. All right. I live in Canton. We just unseated an incumbent over 30 years in the business. All right. Really. It's good. And not only beat him, smoked him. Silent majority showed up last night. Smoked
I think they call that a mandate. I think when they have such an overwhelming win, I think they call that a mandate. Yeah,
you know better than I.
I think that's what they call it.
And
but again, and this is, by the way, granted, this is an excellent win for the town of Canton, Mike, and for all those involved and all the people that did all the work. Like I know Rita did a lot of work, and for everyone that did all the work, you deserve it. Great win last night, but you can't stop. This is not time to stop.
This is the one. This is the one. This is just one win in the one inning in the game.
We got so much more to go.
We got more 8 more innings to go. We got 8 more innings to go.
And it shows that, you know what, we can do something. We all, not like me and Mike, but like we collectively, everybody here, even if we changed one person's vote, Mike.
Right. That's all I care about.
It's just one person, right? Right. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the people. I'm happy for the town. I think it's long overdue.
You know, we had the audit meeting on the 1st, perfect timing, right? You know, people of this, people of that, but we still showed up and got what we wanted. We didn't care really what the audit said so much. We knew we know what's going on in Canton. We're not idiot. It's been too much of too long, and just happy, man. Just happy to be a part of it. Happy to be here. I got a smile on my face this morning, not knowing that we won last night. Grassroots, just kicked ass, man. Just kicked ass.
It was good for everybody. And the people that voted, people that went out there and actually went to the polling places and actually cast that vote, thank you so much.
Yes.
So much, because you're the guys that actually make it happen. And again, it all works together, Mike. It's something that I don't even,
I wasn't like a big get out the vote guy years ago and all this other stuff. And man, small town politics.
Huh?
Oh yeah. People change. And for the good, and it means a lot in small towns. Small town politics about how your money's spent is like so nuclear to where you live and granular. Makes all the difference in the world of what one person can think and what another person can think about a situation. Can make all the difference in the world. The other problem I'm finding out with the Canton DPW is I think they have like 1,200 people working for the DPW in Canton.
What? No, you can't, Mike. DPW crews, if you're pushing 20, that's a big crew.
Someone needs to
There's no way, Mike. No,
someone.
Plymouth doesn't have 1,000 people total.
Well,
It's 10
we
times
gotta
square footage.
we gotta look at it, Tommy. We need to look at. Can anybody in the chat know the answer to that question, or can find it for me? Because I'd be very interested in what we find. So you
Please.
know,
Yeah,
imagine imagine
there's
having a
no
bunch
way, guy. There's
imagine
not even 1,200 vendors.
no, like people that work construction for the DPW is how many employees are there that actually work?
What are you building?
I don't know. We're gonna find out though. Fuck around and find out.
There's no way,
Anyway,
dude. It can't be 1,200. No way.
do you think it's just
It's an freaking possibility.
You think it's 1,200 employees through the town, maybe?
I think maybe 1,200 total. That would buy that.
All right.
Okay. But Mike, even that's small corporation, bud. That's a lot.
Right?
1,000 people, Mike.
Right. For the town of 25,000.
All right, time out here.
I get you thinking now.
How many? What? Town of Canton? What do you call them? Employees?
Yeah. How many are there? Because this is something that was this is something that.
Well, does that include teachers? Number of employees of the town of Canton in 2023 was 1,400. Wow.
Whoops.
I'll show you right here. Oh my God. It's got to include teachers. It has to. It has to. And how can it not?
Oops. Hey,
no
Tom.
way. No way.
Tom. Who's the doctor that make sure that you go out on disability and stuff like that? Who's that guy again? He's the ex brother-in-law. He's somebody.
Yeah, the X5. Yeah, I think he's a. You're not gonna believe this, guys. He works the emergency room at Good Samaritan when John was brought, and he's the brother-in-law, the ex-brother-in-law of the chief of Canton.
Now let's just say you have a good relationship with this guy, and he's like the medical director for the town of Canton. And you stub your toe one day filling a pothole. Ouch.
We could fix that. 3 months out of work.
Right. I'm just saying, right?
Oh,
maybe there's some jobs that are still ongoing that are on a long-term disability. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I bet you half of them are probably don't exist. This is everyone that's got paid. In Canton.
Whoopsie.
Mulaney.
Oh my God.
Eric Wade. Theodore.
Thomas Theodore. The cop. Okay. So this is the things we need to. This is the thing. Tom, you didn't believe me at all, did you?
No way. I never would have bought that, dude. There's no way. I would have got it wrong. Hard.
You got to keep digging, man. You got to keep digging. All right. So the number of employees in the town of Canton in the year 2023 was 1,481, with an average salary of 47,000. Whoopsie. Where's that money, Tommy? Where's that money, bro? Where's it going? How many people? I remember like
145 pages, guy.
Hey, listen. Remember that Social Security? The people like 200 years old and getting a check still. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's still or what, but we need some answers. Who's it? Duty? That's Duty. How do you spell that? Doody. And now he's married to who? He's married to somebody's sister. I'm not sure if I remember correctly. Was it Gallagher's sister? Maybe. I don't know.
Definitely one of them.
See the full list of government salaries. So are these the guys that were out on leave right here, 2023? So Kelleher was out, Gallagher was out, 123. Chin, I know him. He's been to my house. Ray's the one. He's the one that pulled in for the safety, or for the kids at the One Meadows that pulled in behind Karen's car, allegedly. That went to check on the kids. He was on the stand. Yeah. Wow. Interesting, huh?
How do I get this in a format?
Oh,
How do I get
God.
this into a different format?
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't, bro. Only PDF. You can't drill down. You got to go get the book. Oh, you have that book behind you, but I don't think we have the time to go look through it. But this is something that was brought to my attention a little while ago, and I was like, bullshit. And I just started digging around.
You wouldn't.
Didn't want to
Off
say
the top
nothing.
of it, you wouldn't think. You wouldn't think that,
No.
Mike. It just doesn't make sense, right?
No, bro. No, bro. It doesn't make sense. Even if you have
287 are subs. 213 are election workers.
Okay. 213 are election workers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that to me is like I'm getting a check every couple of, I don't know.
You get a camp counselors, 128 for the summer programs, tutors, some teachers that are different schools I see here, lifeguards, seasonal help, rank.
I guess we gotta look at full-time employees.
So here's the fire department, right?
How many employees work in the fire department? I guess my question is,
there's that not right there.
He's no longer even with 2023.
Gallagher. But we can find out what he made.
Oh yeah.
Katie McLaughlin, find out how much she made.
All right.
Hey.
Yo.
It's 2022 here. Gotcha. Because she's on top of that.
I guess my point's this. Is there some extra names on this list that maybe don't do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it? Let's just go through. As an administrator for the town, I'd want to take this list of what checks are being cut every month or every week or every 2, however you do it, and let's verify and double check to make sure that these people, first of all, are they full-time, part-time, are they getting any benefits, and start from there. And how long have been out on long-term disability, and do they still need it? And maybe switch up the relationship between the town and so-called doctor. If he's over the average of another town the same size, do we have more of a leave of absence than any other towns? Do we have an average, a higher average?
And again, right? How many people are out on long-term disability, right? How many people got hurt? Like,
right.
You don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. And we should know because we pay those salaries. So that's just that's just
wow. I'm blown away. I'm just shocked. Is that I can understand with it being teachers, okay? So I'll give you that, right? But still,
there's only like 900 students. There's not a lot of students in Canton, man. They go to private schools. A lot of them. They don't go to Canton schools.
That too.
You got Blue Hill Vocational over at the street. You got the other private school John's niece and nephew was going to go to. I fit the name. That was a nice one. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you pay for quality. I thought. I could be wrong though.
He's a fucking clown, that guy.
Yeah, paying him well, I'm sure everyone realizes that we're not at court today. I drive an hour and 15 minutes to see Karen, maybe catch a glimpse of her, and that's it. And it's just not worth the 2 hours in the vehicle.
No, but you know what? It's the point that you actually did it, Tom, for me. And then having Kristen come in yesterday and talk about that ticket was priceless.
Again,
if,
there's so
Kristen,
much more.
Bishop Feehan, thank you. If you could find out if the letterhead was from the state police, because I don't want to troll sending a letter to her boss as bullshit. That was my whole thing. I'm trying to protect her because it might even be, I don't think Mike Hartman has the authority to even do something like that, to write an email.
I don't think it was him.
Right.
I'm right now looking to find out who it specifically is. I think I know who, but just checking it out here. I don't see that name anywhere.
Mike Hartman?
Yeah.
Right. There's no state police. I'm not a state police officer. There's nothing like that, right? Yeah. So that's just, I just want Kristen to know. It sounds to me like, bullshit. Hey, Broken Baker. What's up, kid?
Hey, Baker. Canton's starting to move forward. Forward progress.
What's up? What's up with that? What's up with that?
And
yes. So,
I do not see him anywhere. This is I gotta talk to Kristen.
Hey, also, when Kristen got alleged ticket, there was no buffer zone.
Mike, they stopped her when they stopped her.
You got it on film, dude. You had it on film.
They stopped her in the buffer zone in the crossing. They stopped her there.
There was no buffer zone. And March 18th, whatever the ticket was written, that date has no judge announcing the buffer zone, just so you know. So she was not even in a buffer zone.
Correct.
She can beat this ticket.
They got her for being in the crosswalk though. And the fine can't be over $200. And he wrote the fine for $205. So he's making up his own pricing now. So he's doing pricing based on his attitude. So by him writing the ticket for $205 means he invalidated the ticket. The Mass General Law is a fine of up to $200. The fact he chose to write $205 for the value nullifies that charge. That's a mistake. He'll throw it out.
Yeah, that's probably
done on purpose. $40 and never have her. That's just. It's like I'm gonna write you a ticket for $500 and
she was actually
300 paid up. 100's just extra.
And she was filling in to do another route for somebody. It was like legally she was going to do her job. She wasn't going out of her way to go by the protest.
No. They got her for the crosswalk, Mike.
I understand that.
So they stopped her. So they put her in that position. She's
right.
You know, she got a bus full of kids. Cop says stop. Her first thing is to listen, stop, protect the kids. End of story.
Right.
They chose the setting. They chose the setting of where to stop her.
So the email stated like, those kids don't need to hear anything about the trial
or murder or her screaming or
okay. If it's Mike Hardman, which we know it's not, it can't be. That's going to be a fucking business. So someone, a troll, found out and now is trying to fuck around. Well, fucking troll.
You see,
we're gonna find out and fuck around.
I know the last name of the ticket. And I'm sorry, I know the last name and the first name and the last name of the person who wrote the letter to her work. Because that is next level. To do that is just disgusting. The problem is this person, I think, is like one step removed from
we have an IP address, don't we?
No, I got everything. There's a connection I'm trying not to out. I'll put it that way. Because I know who this guy is. And I know this other person. And if they're connected, then that explains a whole bunch of different stuff. And it makes sense. And I hope they're not connected. But if they are, it's not going to look good on some people. And I'm trying to avoid that. That's all, Mike.
And if you're trying to portray yourself as an officer of the law, and that's how the letter was stated, that's even worse. And all right, we'll leave it at that. Okay.
So you know what made me laugh? I gotta throw this out there.
What?
Is Will in the chat?
Will?
Is Will here yet?
I haven't seen him. No.
Okay.
All right. What's up?
I'm laying there, just about
Okay.
to nod off, right?
Watching Pornhub again.
I'm laying there just nodding off, right? And I hear this in my ear, and I go, no. And I had to stop and rewind it because I thought at this point I had fallen off into sleeping. I thought I was actually sleeping when I heard this.
Okay.
Right. This is just like, I don't know what to say, but you ready? This is last night on Aiden's show. And this is one of the chats that he read. Here we go.
My 21st birthday is on Thursday, and I can't wait to leave the club early to come home and watch Sex Cult. Never thought I'd hear that before. Also, I have to say it. All I want for my birthday is to smoke a joint with Tom and Will. Lastly, Peggy is still a cunt.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't believe it. I thought I was sleeping when I heard that. And I'm like, what? What is that?
That's a fucking decorated dude, man. They want to fucking have a good time with you.
Man.
Oh, what a night last night, too.
I thought that was funny. I couldn't get over it.
Yeah. He was talking about the doctor trial and stuff, man, how interesting that is.
And you know what? It's funny you mentioned Pornhub, Mike. I have something for that. You ready?
I knew it. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. Man, a man gets cucked in front of the entire nation role playing. That is fucking beautiful, man. I fucking love that one. I saw this.
Oh, Lally, I feel bad for the dude now.
Oh God. Do you think he speaks at all during the trial at all?
He's got that thing in his mouth with the strap goes around the back of his head. I don't think he's able to.
A gimp?
Yep.
The gimp thing in? Jay, wait, do you want to play Mike Talks when you get a chance? I don't know if you have the setup. I sent it to you. All right.
Yeah.
I think he's
send that to me next.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, check your phone. Let me see where I sent it. Yeah, it's in your text message in your phone. Yeah, when John Connelly did the side-by-side debate with Sue Harrington, that was another indicator that this guy's got to go, man. He said something in a sentence and didn't say anything. It was babble, babble, babble. Yep. Last year, something else. I forget what he said. It was just hilarious. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He was like punch drunk. I don't know what was going on. And don't forget what he did to F&F equipment, power equipment with that, the owner, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, that's just, come on.
Listen, this guy's working, right, to provide a service to the town, and he's gonna bust his balls and waste his time and wait.
Right?
That's not how you do business. And
he repost because they have an ongoing argument going on with select board about property, right?
Yeah.
So let's team up on him, and he reposts a Facebook post and gets a summons in the mail, people.
Over a Facebook post.
Yep. About John Connelly.
And it wasn't anything even bad. It was comical, actually.
He reposted it too. He didn't even make it. He reposted it.
He just shared it. That's it.
That's what fucking Canton was all about. It's crazy, dude.
Fixed.
All
right. Listen, we're gonna watch. We're gonna take a moment, guys. Now it's time to go and get some coffee. Refill the coffee. Hit the like and subscribe at the top corner up there. And take a second, and you need to go to Microdots.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes. I'm gonna go get out and get my coffee. You gonna play that?
Yep. I'm gonna play. This is something about John. This is something that this is good. So get your coffee, get situated, kick your shoes up.
On the evening of July 14th, 2022, a retirement dinner party was held at the Blue Hills Country Club for then Chief of the Canton Police Department, Ken Berkowitz. It was an intimate affair, with a small group of powerful friends and colleagues in attendance to provide Chief Berkowitz with a proper send-off. The impressive guest list included names you may recognize, including Norfolk County District Attorney Michael W. Morrissey. The new Canton Chief of Police who was handpicked to replace Berkowitz, Helena Rafferty. Special Agent Brian Higgins of the ATF. The longest-serving member of the Canton Select Board, John Connelly, and none other than Boston police officer Brian Albert, owner of the home where John O'Keefe was found dead not 5 months prior to this event. In this examination, we will juxtapose the demeanor and physical cues of John Connelly as he engages with two distinct audiences: a gathering of peers within their common social circle, and a gathering of Canton citizens expressing concerns during a recent Select Board meeting. It is noteworthy that both settings catered to audiences of approximately similar sizes.
October 1992.
We will begin with John Connelly as he speaks at Ken Berkowitz's retirement party. Throughout his speech, he laughed and told jokes as he recounted glowing stories about his time working with the former chief. Here, he becomes emotional as he presents an award to Berkowitz.
Extends sincere congratulations as you retire after 30 years of exemplary service. Your dedication and commitment to the community is hereby recognized and appreciated. The Canton Select Board, June 2022. On behalf of myself and the board and the people of this town, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you.
It's clear John Connelly treats his friends with admiration and respect. For comparison, let's observe his reaction as a concerned citizen asks a question during the Canton Select Board meeting on July 11th, 2023.
Ask one very quick question. You're coming before the board here at a time when the board and your department is under very significant scrutiny. My question is simply whether your decision to ask for these particular funds considered any of the recent concerns that some citizens in Canton and beyond have had involving the integrity of the action or inaction of the Canton Police.
We're not asking for any funds. I mean,
oh, you're just asking if you can get these particular.
We just wanted to.
It's clear Connelly is disgusted. However, what was to transpire at a select board meeting just weeks later would remove any doubt anyone had about how Chairman Connelly really feels about the citizens who pay his salary.
But the behaviors that we've seen, that one of the women mentioned the whole list of cases and foreclosures and everything else. I think I'm just going to ask directly, Mr. Albert, will you resign and save this town? Will you save this town and resign tonight?
Yeah, I think that might be out of order.
It might be out of order.
So,
but, excuse me,
okay,
Citizens. Did you catch that? John Connelly was caught on a microphone speaking the phrase, "fucking random citizens," under his breath. Let's play it again, this time isolating his statement and enhancing the audio for clarity.
Fucking random citizens. Fucking random citizens. Fucking random citizens. Fucking random citizens.
In researching this documentary, we interviewed many random citizens of Canton to get their opinion of Connelly. One account in particular shocked our team. They were willing to speak to us for the film, under the agreement that their identity be concealed, and their voice changed. This is what they had to say.
John Connelly has been in his position for so long, he thinks of Canton as his town. I know John has blue and red flashing police lights on his car and carries a Canton police badge. I can confirm this myself after witnessing him trying to find his police badge on the sidewalk outside his car one day. He had apparently dropped it and was trying to locate it. I'm not sure why he's allowed to have these things, or if it's even legal for him to do so.
Title 1, Chapter 268, Section 33 of Massachusetts law states, whoever falsely assumes or pretends to be a sheriff, deputy sheriff, constable, or police officer shall be punished by a fine of not more than $400 or by imprisonment for not more than 1 year. By now, you may be asking yourself, what could cause a man who's been serving on this board since the Berlin Wall fell in 1989 to treat people he's sworn an oath to serve in such a way? In an attempt to answer that question, let's hear from Dacher Keltner, professor of psychology at the University of California and author of The Power Paradox, How We Gain and Lose Influence.
One of the things that we've learned in 20 years of studying power is it does pretty reliably make you more impulsive, and we can sort of deconstruct that if you want to. And then it kind of knocks out your ability or diminishes your ability to empathize with other people, to feel compassion, to know carefully what other people are thinking. And your question is, well, how does that happen, right? Mm-hmm. And one way in which it happens is within your mind, when you feel powerful, there's a shift from thinking about what other people are interested in, and you tend to prioritize instead your own interests and desires and the thoughts in your mind. So you become a little bit more narcissistic. And then I think the other thing that we often lose sight of is one of the reasons that you see abuses of power in every imaginable context and really over history is the social context kind of enables the abuses of power. People around you, when you feel powerful, don't hold you accountable. They don't critique you. They don't sort of make sure that you're behaving in a more ethical way.
This lack of empathy also makes it difficult for the subject to apologize. On August 17, 2023, 9 full days after he insulted his own constituents in their presence, an apology was issued in the Canton Citizen newspaper by John Connelly. However, you would be forgiven for not noticing, as its placement resembles a literal footnote in scale and importance. We contacted the same witness who spoke earlier in this presentation for comment about the apology. She told us that although it's too late for her liking, she is willing to accept Connelly's apology, with just one stipulation. It's followed by a resignation letter.
If you're not subscribed to Microdots, do yourself a favor, get the notification. You're on mute, Tommy. Get your notifications going, okay? And don't miss a video.
Another amazing creation by that guy.
Right?
Man.
Is that right? And just I knew he had this thing made, right? I know he did, Richie. I know you did, buddy. And you were just waiting for the yell. You were just waiting for the yell to hit the send. Hey, boy, Nikki.
Now you think about what else he has that he hasn't even like released yet to us.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Dude,
Scary
dude.
stuff.
He just you were getting coffee, and the way he breaks down the fucking random citizens, legit called it right behind Rita's back, like right as she's writing. She's asking for Chris Albert to resign, and fucking John Connelly goes, "Fucking random citizens. Well, how do you like those apples, you fucking bastard?"
And Rita's the first one to put her hand out to help.
Right.
Anybody, right?
Right. This is back in 23 when the shit was going sideways, and here he is. No one's gonna touch me. I'm untouchable. No one's gonna come up again. No one's gonna beat me.
Did he ever make even a statement about the bleach balloons thrown on?
Oh no.
Like his residence lawns. He never made a comment, right?
A fucking random citizen though. he put a retraction in the Canton Citizen at the bottom of a page in the far right corner that was, this big, Tom.
So, but time out. That means the Canton Citizen allowed that to be put there, or suggested it be put there. That's on Canton Citizen. Why?
Oh, no, they wanted to hide that. They were told to hide that. I don't know anything about the Canton Citizen, but I can tell you this: it's the only rag in town. And if people don't go the right way with what they want to be told, they pull advertising. That's how they get you. They'll pull your advertising. Let's say you get a bank that does a full page ad, that's 15 to $2,000 or whatever it might be, on a run. It's a lot of money, for them. And all their articles are tailored a certain way because the town's so divided. They can't, have a viewership. Like the Herald will publish anything, like, you know what I mean? Pro, anti, whatever. They don't give a shit because they know they're going to sell papers. The Canton Citizen is purple per se, but they won't lean either way. They'll just really, unless you got arrested from you shot somebody or something like that. Well, even then, it's still, I don't know. It's like, but we need more independent people like Tommy, myself, Microdots to expose this stuff to the masses. Because I've watched the comments going through, oh, when was this? What was this? This is what happens again. This might be happening in your hometown. Take a look. Hold them accountable. Ask the questions. Get yourself uncomfortable. Make yourself feel uncomfortable to ask a question in front of a microphone, in front of people that maybe you don't know the answer to, maybe they don't, but at least you're doing it. Do it. Just get out there and ask the questions if you want a better community for yourself, especially a 30-year incumbent.
Listen, this is how it starts, right? This is the process, and the people they're stepping through that process. And if they need any help, they know if they can come to us to ask if they need airtime and they need to get their message out. Sure. So,
man, I'll fucking get you, buddy. It's on today, bro. It's on. It's on.
So the Karen trial, right?
Yeah.
Do you realize how much stuff has come out since they've given us another shot at the second trial?
Oh, big time, bro.
They're going to get crucified this time. This is going to be like it's got blood sport. This is going to be like two gladiators going in, and they're both going to leave bloody. One's going to be crawling, one's going to be standing.
I hope you're right. I do. I hope you're right. I can't wait. They're going to call more witnesses. They're going to, a lot more information comes out. Eddie getting up there and calling the third-party defense, calling out those three names was huge for me. Huge for me.
So look at this. You ready? This is one person. Look at what they found. Forget about what Flip has found, what Olivia's found. All these inconsistencies. Look at this one, right? This is beautiful. Sergeant Lake wrote in his report that Jen McCabe called CPD at 9 a.m. They're stuck to that, aren't they?
Yes,
and asked Link to go back to 34 Fairview. Except Jen McCabe's phone records prove that as a lie.
Yes, someone from they called her. They called her.
Right? At 8:38, someone from Canton Police Department calls Jen for 3 minutes. Who from Canton PD was in the station? Was Higgins there?
What time is this in the morning? No, he was
8:38.
Well, but he might have been.
Morning.
I'll have to look at my records.
It was snowing. Armageddon.
Oh, it was snowing all right.
20 minutes later at 9, Jen calls Sergeant Lang's personal cell phone for 13 seconds. What are you talking about for 13 seconds, Mike?
Huddle up, call the audible.
While on the phone with Lang, Jen receives a call from Kerry Roberts.
Oh!
And hangs up with Lang to take this 5-minute plus phone call. Maybe the calls were merged like a three-way since Kerry is friendly with Lang and his wife. You know what? Maybe that was planned, Mike.
You think, Tom?
That whole three-way stuff going on. It's Canton.
Yes. the T-Rex syndrome. Go ahead.
Jen was on a 15-minute phone call with Kerry when Proctor on his personal cell phone calls her at 10:55. So Jen's phone must have been like burning to her ear all day.
All day she was on the phone, dude. All day.
Jen McCabe never called the Canton police station at 9 a.m. She said she
Nope.
did, didn't she?
She did.
And then who from CPD called at 8:38? And would this call have been on a recorded line? Also said she was sitting at the table inside 34 Fairview in shock and horror, trying to figure out what happened to John. But her Apple Watch recorded a decent amount of steps for someone who was allegedly just sitting at a table talking. Oh, man. Oh, we got all this data that they're tearing apart, Mike. There's no way. I shouldn't say it, but there's almost no way that they can't take that data and show the jury and make them look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Right there. It's right in front of you.
Right.
What that lady says is a lie. Anything she says is a lie.
Right. It's going to be, I can't wait till next week, Tom. Tom, next week.
Fire.
Next week. So what's going on with your federal injunction? We'll talk about that tonight. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I figured we'd wait and talk about that tonight. Give it a little teaser, but
you stop
Justice
teasing me,
Serve,
man.
it's going to be all three of us have issues, so we kind of have to tread lightly, we'll say.
I gotcha.
In the meantime,
yeah,
that's not right.
Terry was bullied into the fix, in my opinion. You might be on something there.
I believe so.
Remember, she's not family.
Throw her to the wolves, right?
Well, it would be the first time.
They have all.
Tom, Melanie, Tom's just rando. He's not even he's just rando. Don't even call him a citizen.
Nope.
He's everywhere. He lives out of his car. He's in denim. He's in.
Got everything going on there. This is not right. I saw this in
here we go. I love this.
Yeah.
I love these mornings. I love these mornings.
This is sad. This is not a good thing.
By the way, that Microdots video was lit. I posted it in my X. If you guys are looking for it, it's in there. I've been into some cat videos lately, people. I'm sorry. Look at
Meow.
Sorry. Meow.
All right, I can share this. Check this out. This will make you sad because we're better than this, Mike.
What happened? That's what I was telling you about. That was a beautiful rock that someone paid free care and read on.
Yep.
And these yeah. So actually, that she lies is new.
Yeah.
That's new. Yeah, that's new.
Yep.
It wasn't there the other day. That just tells you what kind of society we live in, people, right? Like, yeah, that's just horrible. I can't even put into words like how disrespectful that is, and how
we can do better than that.
I hope your parents are proud of you, kid. I hope they're proud of you, man. I hope you grow up and you be a big boy someday, because that takes a lot of balls to do. Okay, pal? You fucking punk.
Unbelievable.
Right.
So I hope they fixed it. It says here it was repainted. I hope so. But
Good.
Things like that, I mean, it's not the cost of the paint. It's the time it takes to do something like that, right?
Paint around a tree until Karen is free, guys. Okay.
Yep.
Get it out there. Put a pink.
I got a bunch yesterday.
Good.
The last one I got was in my Twitter. I'll pull it up. Pretty cool. Anyone, please send it to me. Yep. Send it to Mike.
Well, I don't check my email, man. I don't.
No, Twitter.
Oh, yeah, Twitter.
Post it, tag, yeah. Long as I get it. Nashville, Tennessee. Check this out.
What? Oh yeah, it's right. National.
I want this everywhere. Check that out. Nashville, Mike. Look at all the trees are blooming, coming out. Actually, green grass and stuff. But beautiful bow.
That's nice. That's nice.
So send me a picture of the bow and where it's from.
Make sure you don't get your license plates in there, please, people.
I don't want specifics. Like I don't want. I live on 37 Green road.
Yeah,
I want just give me the town. That's it. If you give me the town with a picture of the bow, very happy with that. Brit happens. Let's read this. Congratulations to Sue Harrington for your seat in the Canton Select Board. And congratulations to Canton for getting John Connelly out of there. Here's to the season ahead. No doubt. Congratulations. That is good to see that.
She's a veterinarian too, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's happy.
Everybody's been lit. Oh, the real deal.
You want to see this?
Harrington won. The fat fuck is gone. John Connelly lost. John Connelly lost. Susan Harrington won. Susan Harrington won. John Connelly's gone. That fat fuck is gone.
I love it.
Jeff, Susan Harrington won.
All right.
That is awesome. Please find that and repost that, people, man. Because I tell you, the real deal O'Neill and Jeff have been going through a lot more than we all have.
Yes.
Business, trying to make a living, and
you can't.
Just trying to, and like I told you, that was Jeff that got summoned to court for reposting a Facebook post.
Yeah, we're talking to him.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
You interviewed him, and you're like, "What are you here for?" He tells, and you're like, "So you're like," and yeah, he's like, "Yeah," and like just see, that's how good things happen to good people, Tommy, like yourself. You were there, you got the whole thing on tape.
Yep.
And got to talk to people talking about it. Like, this is so, and then he came out and he was like, "I won my case." This is bullshit. This is what we had to deal with in Canton. If you like posted something on Facebook that was against the norm, you might get a summons in the mail. Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. Like, of all things, Mike, really? Facebook post?
And then I have the police department say that their feelings are hurt because of social media. I like puked in my mouth. Like, are you really saying that in public right now?
Yep.
Anonymously. Okay. Enough of this stuff. We have
businesses. It's not like they don't make $300 and something thousand a year. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, right?
When I heard this one, I grew up wanting to be a Canton police officer all my life. Yeah, so 81% of the kids that grew up here too. They went to high school and get educated, and then became a Canton police officer in their own hometown so they can run out like they want to. Well, times are changing. Oh, here it is. Here's Colleen's thing right here. I got awesome. Oh man, she's so happy. So I texted her last night. I DM'd her when the results were coming in, and she fucking lost it. She was all excited. I didn't know she was gonna do that video and wake Jeff up at 8:30 at night. Jeff's in bed like I am. So Jeff, you and I are sleep buddies. I love it.
But I mean, Mike, just think of the nonsense that they had to go through, Mike. They had to go through all that.
Well, the mental language.
They were getting tickets for every day. Was it $500 a day?
Still are, as far as I know.
Oh my
God! John Connelly's got a box container like she has at work for industrial materials in his backyard as a shed.
Yeah. And then, you need
a residential area.
You need a permit, right?
Of course you do. Of course you do. Listen, there's something to be said about this Topgolf deal that John Connelly put together and brought to Canton. Okay, there's something else going on with that deal that we don't know about yet. That I'm going to find out about, because I'm going to find out about that one. When he ever said, "Tell so and so he still owes me lunch," a light bulb went off in my head, man. That's not the first time, and something's happened there. Permits got done, things got moved along. The new on-ramp happened, new off-ramp happened. There was a lot of things, went our way, and maybe we don't know the whole story. Now I heard they're in trouble. It's for sale.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
No kidding.
No, we got 1,400 DPW employees. We got Topgolf, something going on with that already. John Connelly's been there for 30 years, right? F&F Power Equipment, getting the fuck around to find out. We can go down the list, man. I'm sure. I remember a time I was a member at Wampatuck. I'm playing golf. Oh man, thank you so much. We got to talk about you in a
Man,
second.
geez, wow. My goodness,
bet-
sweetheart.
Yeah, that's too much. We stop it. But come on. So I'm at golf at Wampatuck, and someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, oh, so and so." I had no idea who John Connelly was. I give a shit playing golf.
Right.
They drove him around on a golf cart like he was the Kiss My Ring. People were just like, these are all locals and stuff like that. And I'm just figuring all this stuff out when I first moved here. And I'm just like, who gives a shit? Get off the golf course. You're not even playing golf. They're just driving around waving to people. They goes upstairs, gets a free lunch and has a beer and stuff. And they're like, oh, he's the man. He gets stuff done around here. I'm like, yeah, oh, okay. And then within the next 2 years, all John O'Keefe and Karen Reed, and that's when I just started digging in. I'm like, okay, that's that fuck. Okay.
I'm glad you brought up Topgolf, because they do a standout there every Sunday, don't they?
Oh, guess who paid for John Connelly's direct mail piece for his candidacy run?
Chris?
Topgolf was on the back of it. Yes.
Huh.
Topgolf. There was a Topgolf picture with John Connelly's face over it.
I wonder if they can't use that as a tax write-off if it's a political campaign, can they?
I don't know, Tom. It just stinks. It stinks to high water up here. He was friends with Berkey. He was friends with Helena. He's friends with the Alberts. He's friends with the Higginses. He's friends with all. He has a fake badge. He has blue lights in his car. What is this guy? Does he live in Fantasyland? No. Who is this guy? What did he do for real work? What was his real job? How did he get paid? How did he get health insurance? How did all these things happen? Is he on the DPW pay list?
How do you have 1,400 people in the town of Canton? That's a lot in general.
Right? I was talking to my wife this morning about what I figured out, and she did not believe me. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah. We went through the numbers together, and she's like, she's reverse mathing it to me.
Yeah. She must look at that and go, what? No.
She's like, this doesn't make sense. You better check your numbers. I did. You did for me right in front of my eyes. I'm like,
yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. So listen. So Sunday, right?
We have a show
with Brian.
I know, but how?
I have a thing. What if we go to the standout, right? And then go to Brian's studio? He's got room for he's got plenty of room. We can have 5 people in his studio, man.
I'll be here, but yeah, you guys can go.
I want to go to the standout. I think everyone should go to the standout and get some energy built before the trial, right?
Yes.
This week we'll have all the jurors, and they're thinking Monday's going to start, right?
Right.
I think we start this trial by having a nice little standout, one standout, a big one.
Bring some people down with us. Bring out with you to Brian's, baby. We got to talk to him first, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt.
Good idea.
But
maybe
right in Dedham there, right?
Yeah, it's right down the street. You just take one to his, yeah. Hey, maybe we get a special guest to go
on. Maybe I'll see if I can make a phone call. I'll make a phone call, see if I can get that to happen.
Well, yeah. Can we get John Connelly
maybe.
on?
Well,
we get John
I may be able to do one better.
You get Chris Albert to come on?
Maybe someone close. You're getting closer. Someone that's just as
worthy.
Fine point. The fine point on it.
Oh, yeah. So, okay.
Listen, why don't we do that, right?
Go ahead. Talk to me, Goose.
Why don't we plan on Sunday, right? I'll go to the standout, and then I go to Brian's. He's not far. His studio.
Nope, right down Route 1, right there.
So I'll grab a couple people from the standout, maybe, and we'll just shoot right down the street.
Yeah. Find that dude.
It'll be banging Sunday, right before the trial, guys.
If we can get the real deal O'Neill to go, that would be amazing.
I'm saying maybe we get someone special. Again, that fine top, you know.
Jeff's reaction in the video when she's telling him the judge.
He was just like, huh? And then he's probably thinking, is she fucking with me?
No, he was like, he wakes up like this, like, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? I love it. What a video. Great video guy.
Yep.
That's priceless right there, man. She's like full of energy when it's about time. She can't vote because she's not a resident here, but she's got a business here. And she was all about, she's been to the Karen Reed standouts. She's been to the Canton standouts. She's been in front of the select board. That's how I figured out who she was, because she got up there and saying that she's getting a ticket. They ignored her. They completely ignored her. Not once was it brought up. And then you have people coming into her place of business, videotaping her.
Yes, in her work.
A law enforcement officer coming into her work and taping her. Like, what is going on in this town? Like, this is crazy.
Here's a good question.
Remember you had me go down there. I took pictures of a whole bit.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Question: if the Commonwealth calls Scanlon and he changes his story, how will the defense get into Nitty's account to impeach him? I appreciate you guys.
That's a good question. I don't have an answer to that. I mean,
well, you have to actually, if the Commonwealth calls Scanlon and he changes his story, how will the defense get into Nitty's account to impeach him? Well, that means either Scanlon signed something with Yannetti. He had to have signed something with Yannetti.
No.
Or with the defense, or with a federal federal.
I think how it goes is he went to Yannetti, told Yannetti this is what happened, but he wouldn't sign a declaration.
That's right.
And then he wouldn't be a witness either, I think. And he said he didn't want to be involved in it.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. What's his first name?
Steve Scanlon.
All right.
There was something about that, remember?
All right. Yep. He's on CV's on the Commonwealth. Yeah, so he's on the Commonwealth.
Okay.
And he is not on the defense that I can see. Nope. So what's up with that? Maybe they don't call him.
Why put him on the witness list then?
Right. Well, why put Aiden on the witness list? Why put Aiden on the witness list? I don't know.
I wonder if that's kind of like a chess match, Mike. Like we're gonna put him.
Yeah.
And they have no plans on it, but it's just a ruse for the other side to get ready to prep for them and to waste their time on like prepping for Aiden. Like, what are you prepping for? You ask the guy a question, he's gonna tell you the truth. So that's not.
Maybe they have something. The defense has something. Where they would impound it that way. So I don't know what they would. Why would they get into Yetti's account to impeach him? He's already turned everything over to the federal government back in January. So I don't think that's going to happen. But why would Yannetti want to give anything to the state and have them go through it? Yeah, just as
I don't think they can't. I don't think they.
Great question. Maybe the chat can help. If Nan's listening, she can just chime in on the chat. Maybe.
And again, Brennan is slimy, but he would go the extra effort to do something like that.
Right.
You know? Interesting. So Sunday, guys, I'm gonna go on with Brian. I think I'll go to standout first. So let's plan that. Put that in pen. Definitely do stand out. Get everyone all excited. Get that corner packed with people. You know, a lot. What else? I kind of want to play Kristen from yesterday and the whole ticket thing. I really do. I'm not sure if you guys want to hear it, but I have it with Kristen where she explains and reads the ticket, because they went to go and attack her work. And the person that did it, I'm researching right now, pretty sure he's related to somebody that I know. Not good. Uh-huh.
That was flip ahead, busted my balls. He goes, well, you can find out by just cross-examining him. It's like, yeah, I guess you could do that too. Like when he said the account, he's more or less saying it's more about the account of what happened, not like it's a whole like binder, so to speak. It's like just more or less like what did he say? How did he say it? He's
Okay.
gonna ask him under cross-examination. Thanks for that autocorrect flip and busted my balls on the phone.
Mike, do you want to hear some of what Kristen said yesterday about the person that wrote the letter to her work? I think that because that's a Proctor move, right? Didn't Courtney Proctor do that?
Well, yeah, she did.
Same thing. And if that's what we're doing now, if we're writing letters about people's jobs, if that's what we're doing, I need to know. Because if that's the games we're going to play, then we need to know what the rules are.
We need the IP address, Ben. Wherever the email came in on, we need the IP address.
I have the name and I have the name.
Well, we want to factually check the IP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But here's Kristen from yesterday.
Right. Which, by the way, thank you, Kristen, for that. That was very insightful. I mean,
sorry about the audio.
I go to this extent.
I keep on trying to tell you, we're having audio problems every day.
Fair.
Yeah,
correct. It's next level, and that's why I have no problem doing what I'm doing.
So, on March 18th, 2025, as most of you know, I drive a school bus, and I was driving my bus through Dedham Square, and I saw people I knew. So I did, and I waved, and I said hello. Well, Super Hardman decided,
Tommy, check out that super chat.
exact words, you're being annoying. Okay, sorry. I could be annoying if I want to be, but at least that's what I thought. So,
coming from Canada to come hang out with us?
So, yep.
That is amazing, Mike.
Gotta love the Canucks, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. More than welcome, by the way. We welcome everybody, but please come and find me. I want to take a picture with you if you don't mind. Can't miss me.
Please.
I'm a little guy with a camera in my hand.
That'd be great, man.
That's awesome.
That'd be great. Like
From
to do an
Canada.
interview. I could do an interview with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, back to Kristen.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We're good.
he was with another trooper, smaller guy. I think his name is Anthony. And Anthony approached the driver's side window of my bus, and he told me to give him my license. I'm like, what? He's like, give me your license. I'm like, really? Why? And then he just got loud. Give me your license. I'm like, hey, I am. And so then Hardiman walks off, and they're looking at my license, and he said, take a picture of it. And
were they taking the school bus?
Yes, there was. So at this point, actually, let me back up just a little bit. So after Hardman said I was being annoying, the Trooper Anthony started to approach the bus, and he said, stop, give me your ID. So I did. Where did I stop? But on the cross. Didn't really have a choice. If I had continued to drive forward, that would have just been a whole new other thing. It would have been like fling scene and disobeying an officer, and that would have just been 10 times worse. So I stopped where I was. and it just so happened to have landed me on a crosswalk. So when Hardiman was talking to Anthony, he said, "Oh yeah, look, it's right there on a crosswalk too." So I don't remember if it was Hardiman or Anthony that had said, "Why can't you just do your job?" And I had to bite my tongue because I really wanted to say, "I will do my job when you do yours." But I did.
Oh.
I behaved a little bit. I will say I was extremely rude, but you know, that's my God-given right. If I want to be rude, I'll be rude. So anyway, that was bad. And he said, "We will be mailing you a citation." And I said, "Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Have a great day." So anyways, later
Anywho.
that day, so like instantly I told my boss right away. You know, there's no transparency with me and her. Anything I do, I always tell her before, just so that she's not caught off guard. So later on, he tells me that the superintendent of schools received an email about me. This email was from Mike. Good afternoon.
Same super, by the way.
I was wondering if the bus driver, Kristen Anderson, has been spoken to. Her beeping and her screaming in front of the courthouse is not what we consider proper behavior. Our children are seeing this behavior, and we need to answer their questions. We feel they are too young to be hearing about police corruption, murder, etc. This has nothing to do with the case going on, but her inappropriate behavior. She is getting paid to drive a bus, not scream her opinions for her 2 minutes of fame. She did this last year also, but is much more vocal, and the case hasn't even started yet. She has the right to do whatever she pleases on her own time. When she is yelling from a bus while getting paid seems very wrong. Today, she was being so loud and obnoxious, beeping her horn, that state trooper went over to her. I don't know if she got a ticket or just a lecture. Hopefully you, or the correct person, will speak to her. Thank you much. Well, first of all, Mike, there are video cameras all over the inside of my bus. There are video cameras on the outside of my bus. Not only that, my buddy here, Thomas Saroja, when he sees a school bus, he generally looks to see if it's me. This time, it wasn't. Usually that's not my route, but I was covering someone else's route, so I had to go through that area. So anyways,
I got it all on film. The whole entire interaction,
right,
from before you even got into the intersection.
Yep. And I clipped that interaction as well. I was not screaming.
Nope.
I never said a thing about corruption, murder, nothing. The kid didn't even know.
They had no idea. They didn't even know
the police officer was talking to me.
Yep.
They had no idea. Maybe the kids in the front seat did, but they didn't really even say anything. They're kindergarten. They weren't even paying attention. They were chatting with their friends, talking about whatever. The mic is cracking.
Sorry.
Nothing we can do. Sorry. Locate.
All right, so that's Kristen, right? They actually wrote that letter to her work, Mike. And I got an idea. I know who it is.
Well, first of all, can we talk about the microphone?
Yeah, we can talk about the mic.
It happens all day. Just let you know. I don't know how you can fix it. I just let you know. Okay.
So that's
so
whatever reason, it's internal to my phone. That mic you were hearing is the mic that's in this phone.
Well, okay.
It comes out to be the connection. to the
Whatever.
internet. Sometimes they
letting
get
you
good connection and it works.
No, I don't believe that.
I do. Because
Okay.
Mike, there are times where I talk and it's great and the pitch is crystal. And
Yeah,
then
but
there's times where the pitch just sucks and it's crackly and all I've done is nothing. Just
But Tom, the trial starts next week. We can't have it like that.
definitely not. Definitely.
All
I
right.
totally agree with that. Totally,
right.
absolutely
'Cause
understand that one.
It's game day. You know, we're gonna be something's
So,
gonna either
I
it can't
have-
be blue. Is it Bluetooth or is it wireless? Is it what? Turn the Bluetooth off.
So here's what I've been doing. You ready? I have 2 phones. My old phone, okay? It's not connected to any network. So I take this phone and I hotspot this phone. So this is my internet now. This is my connection back and forth to the internet, my phone. I put this in my pocket. I take my other phone that has the better camera and I use that. And the picture seems to be better. Now, when it comes to the microphone, I have that microphone to my DJI with a little fuzzy thing on it. That works through Bluetooth. So I had that connected to the burner phone.
Listen to me. Can I tell you something? I don't care how the clock works. I just tell me the time.
And I'm telling you, in order for you to get the correct time, I got to do X, Y, and Z. That's the issue.
All right. Okay.
So,
You're
yeah.
You're the CPU. I'm letting you know. I'm so glad you just watched that video and saw. I'm trying to tell you through the microphone. You tell me your phone's cracking or whatever. I don't know. Just I think Mike Alberts might be hacked you. I don't know what's going on.
They stole my data, dude. They stole my data.
I don't know what's going on to tell you. All I can tell you is game day next week, and we got to get this fixed.
I can run into Boston today if they have anything. Let me check. You know that place that we went?
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah. Let me see what they got.
Yeah. Hey, if I want to get a new microphone, I can just go to a music store, can't I? Yeah.
Yes and no. It has to be able to connect to the phone.
No, me. I'm talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Connect to my phone.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the microphone to me.
No.
Yeah. Yes. You have a
Yeah.
traditional microphone. It plugs right in. Yep.
Thank you, pal. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is going to happen with Kristen?
I think they'll drop the first charge, the $205 charge, and I think they'll keep the other one. And that's not fair because that goes against her license. And as being a bus driver, not good. It's not good at all. You don't want that on your record because she didn't do anything. She did exactly what they told her to do. Stop. She stopped. Give me a license. Here you go. She did exactly as instructed, especially with a busload of kids, Mike. So I don't think she can get found guilty in that. They chose where to stop her. They were the ones in charge, and I have the footage of that.
Do you think it was just like just a pistol, just to get under her skin, right? Just to
flex their power.
Right. Okay. That's
all that is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, anytime a school bus goes by, I look and see if she's driving. If she's driving, right, she'll give me a little beep beep and she'll wave and she'll just keep driving. Happens all the time.
Yeah, I've seen her Stoughton. Yeah. You know?
So that part's easy. Why them charging her that's a whole no.
And just so we know, we're clear, the buffer zone wasn't even in order. So okay.
The buffer zone doesn't take place until court's in session. That's what it says.
Right.
Court's in session at night. Whatever the judge walks in, all rise. Court's now in session.
Right.
So it's gonna. I mean, just the fact that they're doing this, Colonel Noble probably needs another email saying that maybe he needs to go somewhere else and work, like Amherst.
school buses have immunity for crosswalk infractions. Glen Lake.
There you go.
I'll have to look up that one. Yeah. You know,
I mean, think of just the length of a school bus, right?
you would. I mean, yeah, you would think they. I don't remember seeing. Yeah, crosswalks. Yeah, dude. They go through crosswalks. They don't stop train tracks. They do.
They have to, right?
Right, but yeah, crosswalk. Yeah, you're right, dude. So yeah, should we start a GoFundMe?
Listen, if she whatever the ticket ends up being, I think we can all chip in a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And make
Oh
that
yeah,
easy for her to
definitely.
take care of.
Yeah.
That's not an issue there.
Yeah.
Has Bev ruled on any motions? She really hasn't.
Nothing.
Nothing. Unfortunately.
Do you think we're going to hear about the buffer zone this week before the trial starts?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the Mark Randazza. I think he's going to make some progress. I think he's got a good argument there.
Of course he does.
And again, it just matters who's he in front of. What judge is he in front of? I think it comes down to that, right?
Well, it comes down to the First Amendment.
Yeah. So again, to you and I, there's a whole bunch of more legal jargon in case law that I ain't reading that comes into play.
Look at this guy look at the guy that ran down the stairs up to Aiden yesterday inside the buffer zone and got right in front of his face with 6 stadies watching the whole thing go down. And
kind of sounds like a little bit of witness intimidation, doesn't it?
It does. And
he's a witness.
He is a witness and didn't even move. They didn't move, nor did Aiden. Because like Aiden says, he goes, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I know a lot of guys like that. I'm not that guy. And I like that. Right? So didn't like what Aiden was saying or whatever.
He looked right at the hell ain't a Rafferty. You think this dude's gonna come down and scare him? Come on.
No, come on.
Not happening.
Please.
Just the fact that he did it though is telling. I guess he got under someone's skin.
He did. It was the brother of the Turk's ex-wife that's no longer with us. Which I guess he's a strange dude to begin with. I guess I don't know. I don't want to spread rumors, but that's I'm
Glenn,
that guy, Glenn.
I don't want to be that guy. I get the position where just stuff happens. I don't understand how, but
yeah, but imagine like let's say Howie Carr back in the days writing an article about the mobster, Whitey Bulger. He's got a guy like that come run down the stairs at him who's hurt people in the past or whatever.
What would happen if that happened? If that happened against, say, Lally? Someone went up against Lally like that, or even the judge, or even, you know,
you would have seen.
But they allow it to go because it's Aiden. Again, there's 2 different sets of rules here.
Right, dude. Right, you're absolutely. That's what I'm getting at with that whole thing yesterday. Is like he deserves as much protection as anybody else on that witness list, and if not more. All right. He wasn't even doing the Karen Reed case. He was doing another case altogether. And he just happened to say comments in a blog or on one of the shows the other night. And the guy didn't like him and came running, ripping a butt, threw the butt out, came running down the stairs, and Eden didn't even flinch, And the guy was one of these guys who thought he could, those are the worst ones. Those are the ones that fall pretty easy. And then didn't even move. But the thing is, people witnessed it and did nothing about it. They didn't try to help him.
Nope.
Didn't know what was going on.
They watched it. The people who are enforcing the buffer zone watched it and did absolutely nothing.
Right. That's our tax dollars again. And they think it's okay. They won't even talk. They probably won't even talk. So we need to talk about it so it gets out there. You people in the chat need to post about it. You people that are content creators, talk about it because it's not fair. It's illegal what that guy did.
Yep.
It's not fair and black and white. There's no gray here. What that guy did was illegal. And it was witnessed by law enforcement that did nothing about it, that chose to do nothing about it.
And here's the problem. You ready, Mike? I don't have the authority or the permission to go to the front stairs to be able to record that interaction between Aiden and that dude. I couldn't get that on film. I couldn't even go and help Aiden if something happened. I couldn't help anybody. I'm not allowed in that buffer zone.
Today, you're not. Until
the Supreme Court tells me differently.
Right.
But
Whoever
like,
thought
that
have a
stifles me. Like I can't even show
Right.
you guys
Right.
the reason I'm here. I can't show you guys what's going
And
on.
here's the other thing too. Even if Aiden was to get that on film, I still think nothing changes. They're like, yes, just like when Aiden recorded the dead police officer when he was trying to cross the street, and the fake victim and we're all over there, and he did nothing about it, and he knows the law. That's the stuff I'm talking about. That needs to stop people.
They didn't want to do their job.
It's not great. It's
Speaking
black and
about
white.
doing the job, why is a guy from Needham Fire Department writing a letter to Kristen's work? The guy's name who wrote the letter to Kristen's work, right? His name is Mike Travistone. That's his name.
And he works for the Needham or Dedham?
Needham.
Wow.
Why? Why is a Needham fire guy writing a letter to her work?
I got it. Well, we're gonna find that one out. Fuck around and find out, dude. You got plenty of time on your hands, right? How deep is the snow? How deep is the snow out in front of the fucking
in front of a
the
snow
car
out.
park? Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Good for Kristen for keeping it cool and talking about it. See, we need
She did. She got this guy here goes out of his way to write a disparaging letter to her work. Why is this guy writing her a letter?
Well, we should look at the Code of Massachusetts regulations right there. All right, so Thomas Conroy is the fire chief. That's who we need to contact. Thomas Conroy. Yeah.
Unacceptable. She did. I mean, who was this guy? Did he even witness this, Mike?
I don't know. Was
he even there?
We're gonna find out, Thomas. Hey, can you Google his name? Search is up to the right.
Trying to. Where's the fire? I spelled the last name right. Let me check.
Trevor Stone? Is it Travis Stone?
Debbie's last name.
He also said his dad is Boston PD. Okay. All right, Kristen. Thank you.
Does that change?
No, it doesn't change anything. What about in the Microdots video, John Connelly having a badge from Berkey and having blue and red lights in his car? What is that all about? All right, we'll figure that out later. We don't have time.
Yeah. But
anyway,
Needham Fire Department, I mean, dude.
Please, if you live in Needham, please help out, please. Now, Mike wanted attention. Yeah, he's got it now.
That's just not right. What did Kristen do? Right? And why is this guy from Needham writing a letter to her boss about such a travesty? Was he I want to know if he witnessed it.
He probably didn't.
I would maybe say not.
But you know what his intentions were. He wanted to come across like Mike Hartman. And, Mike Hartman, I'd be pissed if I was you because, it's kind of, insinuating it was maybe coming from you at one point, when you see the word Mike. And, first we have to eliminate him first, make sure it wasn't him, and go from there. That's not a hard thing to do. Alex Murdaugh had a badge too, huh? Ironically.
Yep.
Wow. See, that's like power. You were getting coffee and the psychologist was talking about what power does to people and how they surround themselves with people with other power that validate their decisions because they're full of it too. It's an interesting piece if you guys get it back and watch it.
I can't find this dude, Mike.
We'll find him. You don't have to do it right now.
No, it's kind of
bothering you.
Why is Needham involved in Dedham? It's a town next door, right? Needham's next to Dedham. No. No, 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 no. You're writing a letter to her work, dude. She drives school bus. That's her livelihood, right?
Yep. So now your livelihood is a firefighter. Okay. All right.
And Needham.
Now the school bus is a private company. It's not owned by the town.
Nope.
But yours, sir, you work for the town of Needham. You might have violated one of those ethic codes that we're gonna find out about. Fuck around and find out, dude.
And if he was on the clock and he wrote that on the clock, you know,
or maybe he wrote it from the PC at the fire department. Who knows, Tom? Who knows? Who knows?
There's the phone number. I can't find the dude.
The phone number?
Right. No, I got the number to that. I just can't find him. Code of Massachusetts regulations, permits. Yeah, there's got to be someone we can talk to that can figure this out. Because that, I'm sorry, isn't right.
Yeah, we can't let it slide. You can't let that. You can't let that go. Like, let's make this guy's. Let's make him famous. Let's just find out. You know, maybe a couple of phone calls just to the department to ask questions about why is someone writing a letter like this to a private company about a person.
If this guy is this biased already, what makes you think he's not going to be biased in his decision whether or not to save a life?
That's right.
Right? How do you know he's not going to be that way? Well, because you support Karen Reed, he's not going to try as hard as he would with somebody else. That's what it makes it out to be. He's going to start picking on people and disparaging them. Yeah, no. What's his email?
Oh my God, Kristen.
He's got a freaking AOL address.
He's an old school dude. AOL. Wow. That's like Flip's. It's like Flip's email at AOL. I think he still has a. I think he might even have an AOL account, or he's got a Yahoo one still.
Do not sign this guy up for Pornhub. Don't do it.
A Hotmail. Yeah, it's old, man. I know people have like the first name and the last initial in that AOL when it first came out. Oh, gosh, man.
I wonder if he's got a .gov email address too.
Oh, that's why I want the IP address. That's how we can tell where it came from. Did it come from inside the firehouse, or did it come from his own personal house? Oh, damn, dude. Why would you do something like that? You had nothing to do with it. Why would you even do it? Unless he's doing a detail, right? I don't know. Why would he be down there?
I don't know. I'm curious as to why. I'd like to know his reason, safety.
So a letter to his boss would be like, "Dear Chief, are you aware that one of your employees, Mike so-and-so, wrote a letter to a private company about a school bus that got a ticket? We don't know how he knows about this stuff." Or, someone there along the lines of that.
And not just that, but he made a whole bunch of incorrect statements.
Right. And tried to get somebody, disciplined at work. Now, Mr. Chief, do you know if Mike was around that day in Dedham? Was he off that day? Or can we do a FOIA request? Because, we can dig on this because I like Kristen and she does a lot of good things for the FKR movement, man.
Yep.
So.
And all she did was beep.
It's fake, Bobby.
It's fake. Imagine that. And someone took the time to do that, which is why the IP address is going to help so much. Can't change that, my friend.
No, we got you on that one, bro.
Bingo. Wow.
Yeah. People already trying to send emails, probably get bounced.
Can
you send me that link?
You have to watch the
about this. So it's yesterday's show.
Watch yesterday's show. Go back to it.
Would you have that timestamp?
I don't have it in front of me.
Just find with Tom in the cafe.
Yeah, just fast forward. You'll see Kristen. And listen to what she has to say. I'm just kind of blown away here. So can we
see this is stuff John Connelly would do. Sending a summons out to somebody that reposted a Facebook page. That's the kind of shit that needs to stop. That's a boomer that doesn't really know anything, but has the power of the law behind him. And this guy, who knows? He's an AOL account. It's him. He's a boomer. He's definitely a boomer. And does he know what he's actually doing? What he did was what he's actually started is probably something he probably didn't think would get any traction, or he'd be found out about, or that whole thing. You know, like.
I'm looking for remember that?
Who wants a link to the stream? Okay, look at my text.
Here. Why?
Yeah, Joe Flipperhead's killing me. Okay, North Carolina wants a link. Can you send him one?
Yep.
Tommy?
Yep.
All right, on the way, buddy. He's gonna talk about. I think he's gonna talk about the school bus.
Email. I was just looking for him somewhere else.
Yeah, you just went down a rabbit hole, dude. It's okay.
It ain't right.
No,
that ain't right.
No. It's on the way, North Carolina.
Yep.
Tar Heels.
Paste.
All right. I'll send you an email to your X account. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah.
Check.
Let me dig. I found out that about the Canton Public Works employees blows my mind, dude. Blows my mind. Yeah, and our roads here are horrible. Not to say that that's all they do, but I tell you what, man, the fields are great. You know, the things like that are great. But I mean, what else? Like, what? Tell me what else. You trim trees, or you hire somebody, you third party that out. Like, these are the things that I think.
1,400 residents, 1,400 people on the payroll, Mike.
For the town of Canton Public Works.
Yeah. All right, let's bring him up. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. I've been up all night. I've had an emergency, but anyway,
you all right?
Yeah, I had something come up, but
all right.
My understanding is she was in a school bus, and I was in charge of school bus complaints for about 3 years. Watched all videos, cited people, on and on and on. I would think she'd have cameras and audio on there. Number one, what did she receive a citation for?
They got her for two things. One of them was for being in a crosswalk, and I think the other one was improper use of a horn or something.
Hold on, I have it, but go on, keep talking. I'll get it.
So they're just two nonsensical things.
All right, Tommy, how do you want me to send it to you, Tom?
X.
Okay, it's on the way.
And they mailed her the citation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number one. It maybe it's different with the state police, but you don't mail a citation. It's improperly served. You got to hand it to that person. So it was improperly served. You don't mail a citation. Number one, and number two, it's probably an ordinance in town, and we couldn't write any tickets on a local ordinance. Maybe they can up there, but we can't down here. Like, you know, if the town council passes an ordinance of a damn dog barking, I couldn't go over there and write a ticket because it's a local ordinance. It's a big difference.
Right.
So,
that makes sense. Yeah.
So the ticket was improperly served. Number one, if you know, did he send it certified mail? Probably not. But in my opinion, it was improperly served because he didn't actually put it in her hands. So that alone is enough to get it thrown out here.
I got to agree with you there. That makes all the sense in the world. But in Massachusetts, they took a picture of her license and then sent her on her way. Like, I don't think they researched her even in being at work.
Yeah, but I don't. Well, why the hell are you going to take a picture of her license? I mean, if you're going to write a ticket, you write it then. You don't put it in the mail. I mean, look, she can say she never got the ticket.
Yeah,
that's right.
But then again, that's a whole nother thing in Massachusetts. If you default on that, they revoke your license. So when they see you driving, now you're driving unlicensed and just
yeah.
They do it all on purpose.
And that's why you give the ticket on the scene. You don't put it in the mail.
Yeah, that may be the law, but that's not how it is in Massachusetts.
Well, we call it chicken shit charges. That's a chicken shit charge. If somebody here wrote it, I don't know, man. There's more things to worry about than somebody down in a crosswalk and honking a horn one time or whatever.
And here's the thing: they stopped her, and where they stopped her was in the crosswalk. They stopped. They made the vehicle, quote, stop in the crosswalk. They chose that.
Right.
It's not her. She did exactly as she was instructed to do. That's where she's kind of arguing that this isn't. She did exactly what she was told to do. They told her to stop in the crosswalk. They stopped. She stopped.
She needs to get the video, file a formal complaint with Internal Affairs, and have an investigation.
I have the video. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has video in her bus of it, and I have video from the outside of the entire thing. I have all of it.
Well, then, if it was me, I'd file a formal complaint and go to Internal Affairs.
And then you go to his boss, who he plays golf with every other day. That's our problem here.
Well, but I wouldn't go to his boss, Tom. I'd go to Internal Affairs and file a formal complaint. That's separate from his boss.
I understand. However, in Massachusetts, it's different, bud. It's just they're different here.
Did he even sign it? Did he sign it? I don't even think he signed it. Anyways, North Carolina, it's crazy up here. Like, these guys are running around the buffer zone, which wasn't even in place or ordered, I should say. And that's why they stopped her, because it was in a buffer zone when there wasn't one on I think the 18th of March or whatever it was, or the 25th of March or whatever, 18th, 19th of March. There wasn't even enacted then. So I don't understand why they would do this. If, who knows? It might have been a kid yelling out the window. How they know it was Kristen?
And the busload was full. She had a busload of kids, man.
Right. And it's not even signed by an officer.
Man, there are more important things to worry about than the honking of a horn. Give me a break.
And here's the problem that she's going to have. If she does, if that ticket, if they throw out the ticket, they can still keep the charge on her to go against her insurance, even though she didn't get found guilty. The fact she got wrote a ticket, her insurance rates will go up, and she's a bus driver. She's got like a flawless record. Well, that's the fact. They're screwing her one way or the other. They still screwing her.
Hang on, Tommy. Apparently it's another world up there, because if you get a ticket dismissed down here, it's not on your record at all. It's gone.
No, up here it's up here. You pay on it. I got hit. I was a pedestrian. I got hit by a vehicle as a pedestrian. My car insurance rates went up because I got hit by a car. Figure that one out. It's Massachusetts. It's all liability based.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do allow them to write a ticket and send it to the mail, but it's improperly served, because you got to make sure that individual actually received the citation. So it was improperly served. I've seen several tickets get dismissed on that alone because people, put them in the mail.
I only wish it was that easy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that here.
Well, I would take it to trial, and I would have a trial, and I would have that video playing, and I would let the judge or whoever decide, I wouldn't pay it off. I wouldn't pay the damn thing off. I can tell you that.
North Carolina, do you want to talk to Kristen? Because she'll come on right now.
Yeah, I'll speak with her. I got about 10 minutes. Like I said, I had an emergency, and I've got to be somewhere in 10 minutes. But go ahead, bring her on.
Tommy, you want to send her that link? She's ready to come on.
Yep.
All right, hold on. Kristen's coming on right now. But thanks for chiming in. Much appreciated to hear from North Carolina's finest, man. I like it. I love it.
And Mike, he did the bus stuff too, so he's got experience with that.
Tom, what I did was, if somebody passed a stop school bus, the bus driver filed a complaint. I had probably eight or nine every 2 weeks. I went and watched the video, contacted the owner of the vehicle, talked to them, and I either charged them with passing a stop school bus or I did. So I did that for about 3 years, and there's cameras all over those those buses here. So I don't know how it is up there.
Same way. All the buses are cameras, and they do things like that. Not enough. Like when they put their lights on and people just keep driving by. They don't. They don't do that here in Massachusetts.
Right.
The way I've seen it done in other states. In other states, it's almost like a trap. But again, Massachusetts is different. They don't.
It's
just
weird, dude. It's
well,
different.
The way they do it here is that by law they're required to turn the yellow emergency lights on and then the red lights for 10 seconds before they come to a complete stop. That's the law here. And then they put the stop sign or stop arm out.
Right.
That's the way it's done here.
The yellow, when we see the yellow here, they just drive faster to get past the bus. Like,
yeah, that ain't good.
No, that's what they do though. Like,
yeah.
And once they're by, if the red's not on, they're good. And even if they're even with the red, they're all right. We got it. We got it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's really it's crazy up here, man. Yeah. It's crazy up here. I don't know. Is Kristen coming on or not?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. But, well, if you gotta go North Carolina, it's okay.
No.
All right.
I got about 10 more minutes.
All right, man. I'm trying to get her on right now.
Yeah, sent her a link.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, again, she's there with a busload of kids, and she beeps, and she's looking at me, and they give her a ticket.
What's a ticket for beeping?
Yes.
Or blocking a crosswalk?
No, beeping. But and when they pulled her over to give her the ticket for beeping, they pulled her and stopped her in the crosswalk.
Right.
They wrote her for that.
But what I'm saying is here, that's a local ordinance in the city. Can I write a speeding ticket in the middle of the city? Yes. Could I arrest a DWI in the middle of the city? Yes. But they have local ordinance that I couldn't enforce because it's a local ordinance.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a state law here about honking your damn horn. I mean, I've never charged it in 30 years.
Yeah, well, again, Massachusetts is just a little bit different. Let's bring Kristen up. You ready, Kristen? You all fixed up? All right, here comes Kristen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kristen.
What were the two charges they wrote you for yesterday? Oh, the other day.
So one of them was stopping in the crosswalk, and the Mass General Law that they stated, I read it. I could be reading it wrong. I didn't think it had absolutely anything to do with even stopping on the crosswalk. It didn't make sense to me.
What was the chapter section?
It was like
chapter
I want to say it was like I think it was chapter 90, section 7, subsection B, maybe. I could be wrong, but it says it on the citation. I just can't pull it up right this second.
And then the other charge they wrote you for
was the beeping. But the crosswalk, it said penalties of up to $200. He wrote it for $205. So I don't know if that means anything, the fact that he wrote it for more than what the MGL states.
See, I think he wrote it for more, knowing that because he did it he made a mistake intentionally.
Yeah,
it's like a code to just chuck it.
Correct.
You know, like I think that's the unspoken rule. If the number figures more than what it is, then throw the charge out. But the other one, the beeping one's interesting.
So when I beeped, I had my window open. I was stopped because I had a red light, and this was before the crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I proceeded forward, when the light turned green, Hardman yelled at me and said, "Stop your damn beeping. You're being annoying."
Whoa.
Exact words. "You're being annoying."
And that
Okay.
ain't okay. So
And then the other trooper that, the little dude,
yep.
said, stop, give me your license. And I stopped. And it just so happened to bring me at the crosswalk. Now, if I didn't stop, can you imagine what would happen?
Oh no, especially with a busload of kids, forget it.
Right.
So that's almost like fruit of the poisonous tree. They gave you a ticket for the beeping, but because they stopped where they stopped you, they put you in the crosswalk. You didn't choose that position. They did. They chose that. They blocked the crosswalk by stopping you in the crosswalk.
Right.
That's on
And
them.
then Hardman had said to little dude, I think his first name was Anthony, but I'm not sure. He had said to him, oh, and by the way, she's on the crosswalk. And if you watch the video from your stream,
yeah,
while the troopers are at my side window, there's a school bus van that goes by beeping its horn, and they didn't even flinch.
Now,
and then there was more beeping, and they didn't even flinch. Only me.
So you that if that's not bad enough, but if that's not bad enough, accompanying that is a letter.
Correct.
And can you read that letter? Do you have that in front of you by any chance?
I can get.
Yeah, because this is interesting. And how did this letter come into play?
It got sent to the superintendent of schools.
Okay, so he didn't even go to your boss. He went to the superintendent.
No, it went to the superintendent.
Nice.
And then the superintendent
Mike
forwarded it to my boss.
Nice.
So, and I would say probably 5 minutes after the incident, I called my boss and I told her, because her and I have that kind of relationship where, like, if I do screw up,
right,
I rat on myself all the time. And it's like the biggest joke.
Like Lucky.
In our bus lab.
Exactly, just like Lucky. If he hits a mailbox, he's first one to tell, "Hey, I hit the mailbox."
Right. God forbid the animals.
Right.
So this letter, how did this person come to even witness what happened? Like, who?
I
when,
have
where,
no
what?
idea. So at first, so whoever really wrote this clearly knows who I am. Initially, we thought that it was Trooper Hardiman, but going from the email address, it came up to this Mike Travisoni or whatever. So it was on Tuesday, March 18th at 4:46 p.m. And good afternoon. I was wondering
What was
if
the date again?
March 18th, 2025 at 4:46 p.m. Good afternoon. I was wondering if the bus driver, Kristen Anderson, spelt correctly, no less, has been spoken to. Her beeping and her screaming in front of the courthouse is not what we consider proper behavior. Our children are seeing this behavior, and we need to answer their questions. We feel they are too young to be hearing about police corruption, murder, etc. This
Talk
has
about
nothing
corruption?
to do with yeah.
We're going to talk about corruption, Mike, aren't we, buddy?
This has nothing to do with the case going on, but her inappropriate behavior. She is getting paid to drive a bus, not scream her opinions for 2 minutes of fame.
Funny, because you didn't say a freaking word. So right off the bat, this guy Mike Trevor Stone's a liar.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. So if he's a public employee that lies and makes up stories like that, there's no way I want him touching anybody. And make sure people in Newton, was it?
Right.
Need him.
She did this last year also. but it is much more vocal, and the case hasn't even started yet. She has the right to do whatever she pleases on her own time. When she is yelling from the bus while getting paid seems very wrong. Today, she was being so loud and obnoxious, beeping her horn, that a state trooper went over to her. I don't know if she got a ticket or just a lecture. Hopefully you or the correct person will speak to her. Thank you, Mike. Sent from the all-new AOL app for iOS.
You know,
I
pissed I am about that.
I never even screamed free Karen Reed. I didn't scream anything. I may have said hi, but the thing is my bus, there's, I think 4 cameras on the inside, and then there's one directly under my stop sign on the driver's side. And they're really good cameras. They pick up everything. I never screamed anything.
Listen, we're gonna find out about Mike Trevor Stone right now. We're gonna find out if he's telling the truth. You ready? Because I have it in front of me. We're gonna see how violent you were. You ready?
Right.
I hope Mike's not lying.
Document you last night.
Yes.
What do you think?
I thought it was very good.
That was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Fair?
my thought it was kind of fair. You know, the other side told their story. But I thought, Aaron did a good job.
Could have been worse.
Very
Good. Excellent. Hey, listen, thank you for being here. You guys are always here. So. Listen, you can't, right?
Yeah. While you walk around, I got my thing on mute when it's running.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Can you just make sure no one knocks it down?
Yes, I got this.
Yes, the bus driver.
I know the bus driver.
Everybody's waving.
It's not me beeping that time.
Gonna get in trouble. Get back.
For the record, you never said a word. So Michael Trevor Stone is a liar.
Oh, the kids, he's yelling at her.
The first set of beeps was me, but the second set was not.
Yeah.
Check this out.
There's Hardman.
You may have to work on this.
All right. Keep going.
Yeah. Because you know why? The bus is in the crosswalk. They stopped the light for people, and that put her where she was. See how she's in the crosswalk?
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that. They gave her back her life.
Yeah, but she can't even go anywhere, dude. She's stuck right there. Look. There's a car in front of her.
Hey.
Kristen, can you read them allegations again that were made by Mike Trevor Stone? Anyone, can you just
Today,
Stone of Newton.
being so loud and obnoxious, beeping her horn, that the state troopers went over to her. That's one allegation.
So he essentially lied and made up the entire story in order to make the letter sound good and try and get you fired from your job.
Yeah, her
That's not
beeping
very
and
nice
her
of him.
screaming in front of the courthouse.
You know, we can picket in front of this guy's house. And you it's, you know, noise ordinance. We know about noises. He wants to be loud. We can be loud too.
Yep.
I'm so pissed he lied about that.
Right.
This is why we need you there with filming everything.
My boss downloaded the incident from inside the bus, and I have a camera pointed right at me.
Right.
So I haven't seen it. She hasn't even said anything to me about it. Because I don't want to cross that line, and I don't want to get her involved if I don't have to. Right. And you don't want to put her in a spot. But if I was screaming, he absolutely would say something to me. Because she read this email and her response, now this is from my boss. This incident has been dealt with. I don't know who reported this to you, but the narrative is not exactly spot on. This will not happen again. So my boss clearly watched the video and responded that whatever he said was not exactly spot on. So the fact that I stopped on the crosswalk, okay, yep, that's true. The fact that I beeped, yeah, that's true. Were the beeps annoying? If that's someone's opinion, if they were annoying. The first set of beeps that you hear on the video that you just played,
yeah,
there were, I think it was like 4, like beep, 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 beep.
The other vehicle, right?
That no, the very first set of beeps, that was me. When you didn't, the bus was not on screen yet. You were talking to Robin, I think.
Okay. Yes.
You did not see the bus, but you heard the beeping. That was me. Okay, yeah, that was probably an annoying beep. I'll absolutely own it. But there also was no buffer zone yet. This was March 18th.
Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't. Court wasn't even in session.
Correct. People beep like that all the time. And while the troopers were at the bus, did we hear beeping? Yep. Did they get in trouble? Nope.
They didn't even get talking to. Nothing.
No, the troopers didn't even flinch.
Why would he do this?
I don't know. Andy said, take a screenshot, that, which I thought was weird, that he said, take a screenshot of her license, which basically he meant to say picture. But that's, so Hardiman said, take a screenshot of her license. And then he said, we will be mailing you a citation. And I said, okay, great. Thank you.
So anybody sign it? Anybody sign it? Anybody sign it? I don't think so.
I don't have the actual ticket because I mailed it back to appeal it.
I do.
So here, you
Have
ready?
it to
I
the
have
bottom.
this. This is what comes up when I search this.
Yes. Yes, I saw that also.
I don't know if this is him though.
I don't know either. If I were to judge a book by the cover, I'd say, no, that's not him.
Mike, we've asked you
doesn't
several
look like
times
the
to leave. You don't work here.
What's that?
Someone's post. Mike, we've asked you several times to leave. You don't work here.
And they're smiling.
That's firefighter exam. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll do some digging.
So it sounds like he's like a massive troll if he's
Needham firefighters. He's engaged. Is this the guy?
She wouldn't know.
I've never seen him.
I've never seen him either. He does, if that's the guy, he doesn't look the type.
No, he seems to keep to himself, if anything.
His arms look sunburned though. His arms look very
And
sunburned.
also, if you look, so what I did is I did a Google search of the email address.
Okay.
And it came back as the Mike Travisoni. But also, it states that he is 55 years old.
Yeah, this kid's.
No, that's a kid. I'd
That's
say
a kid.
in his 20s.
Huh. Well, I know.
And then there's another
I
one
know-
that like, there was another Mike Travisoni that was like 78 or something. But
I'm going to send you a copy of Chris, I'm gonna send you a copy of your ticket so you can print it out. Maybe just keep it for yourself.
Oh, I have it
Okay.
on my phone. I had just
Okay.
haven't printed it, but I'm going to.
All right.
But
Cool.
I can print it out.
So I mean, again, they make something so minute. You
Right.
people on to wave to me. I
Yep.
know you drive by, I wave to you all the time.
Yes.
The fact that you beep to me, forget it.
Right. I'm your bodyguard. I'm your one of your mods. I'm one of your friends.
Please take a hit, but not like that.
Right.
We're gonna reevaluate this bodyguard thing. It ain't working out too good.
Right. Sorry, dude.
All right, guys. It's been a day.
Yeah.
It has. It has.
And we hope Karen gets all the jurors that she needs and maybe take a day off to get some rest.
Yes.
We
Do
know,
we know more today?
we don't know yet.
Okay.
Alan's doing the opening, right?
Yes.
I heard
Yes.
that.
And then we have a standout Sunday. for
Sunday.
sure.
Yep. Definite Sunday standout. In Dedham.
Special. Okay.
Yep. Definitely do that.
Yep.
John Connelly lost.
What's tomorrow?
He demanded a recount.
What?
I wonder if he demanded a recount.
I know.
He lost by so many though, but you never
I
know,
know.
John. Yeah, you
I
never
know.
know, John. Yeah.
Well, I said that because he demanded a recount for the special town election thing.
Remember
For the
that?
audit.
The 902 or 903 people?
Yeah.
Yep, he demanded a recount.
So, Kristen, if you go out and about today, try and take notice of how the feel is out there and see if people are happy. Like,
Oh, I always do.
yeah. See how it is. I think it would be better today.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, can I jump in 1 second? And I got to roll. I watched it. It looks to me like it's selective enforcement. You could write probably 10 buckets of tickets for people honking horns. It's BS. I never wrote it in 30 years. And number two, it was improperly served. You don't send a ticket in the mail. For that alone, I would go to court and I would take all the video and I would plead not guilty. That is what I would do.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, but you see what we're up against, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
couldn't be any more blatant, right?
There are other people honking the horn. It's selective enforcement. If you're going to write one, you're going to need to write them all. I mean, and where she was stopped is where they told her to stop, and what she's supposed to do, keep driving. So y'all just got a messed up system up there as far as law enforcement. It's just unbelievable that somebody would write somebody a ticket for honking the horn. I mean, my God, man, give me a break. And I've been up all night, my head splitting wide open, but it's just you think you're watching something in another damn world. I'm like, give me a break. There's better things to worry about.
Right. And I talked to attorney Timothy Bradle, and what he told me to do was to appeal it first. And if that gets denied, to let him know and we will take care of it.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
Right.
So between Timothy Bradle, which we know,
amazing,
he's one of the killer bees, and then we have Mark Randazza. So between the two of them handling this ticket, they're all done.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll keep everybody informed.
I wouldn't pay it off. I'd definitely go to trial and let the judge or jury decide. So, but look, y'all have a good day and thanks for having me up.
All right. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the day.
Yes, sir.
All right, no,
Take care.
Take care. Yep.
Kristen, so we'll keep everybody informed in the meantime as to where we go with that. Because, I mean, what's tomorrow going to bring?
Right.
Today's Sue's day, right? She won, Sue Harrington.
Today's
Congratulations.
Wednesday.
Good for Canton. This is great. Whatever day it is. It's another day, right?
Yeah.
But this weekend, I know Sunday, we're going to do a standout, big standout. We'll try and get a lot of people there up in Dedham. How about that?
Yes.
Make a big standout. Get everybody all pumped up for this weekend.
Right.
Yeah. Because Monday and Tuesday, right? We're going to start the trial.
Yep. No doubt. And again,
All right.
right? The whole reason why we're fighting is that guy came down on Aiden on the steps of the courthouse.
Yes.
I don't even have the ability to be there to record that on the steps of a courthouse.
Right.
Our founding fathers kind of made that, sacred ground, but not in Massachusetts. They're taking it away from us.
I know, and that's not fair. Apparently, anytime he moves, he needs to turn his phone on and record everything.
Right.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. He's just wearing a GoPro wherever he goes.
Right.
And it's sad. You got to live in that type of state.
The body
Even
cam.
still, Kristen, even still, you didn't do anything wrong. But the people that you have to go in front of, if they're biased one way or the other, then you can't win. It's already predetermined. You're not going to win, and you haven't even sent the ticket in yet.
No, I sent it back already. I'm just waiting to hear back.
That's what we're fighting, is that system right there.
Yeah, and I really could care less. It's the very first ticket I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, 49 years old, and I don't even think I've ever had a parking ticket.
And she drives a school bus, Mike.
Jesus Christ.
I have a clean record. So
they're going to take that away from her.
Right.
Think about
if I think that if they didn't dismiss it, then that's an issue, because usually they'll look at your record and your age and they'll say, oh, she's 49 years old. She's never had any driving infractions ever. So we're just going to dismiss it.
Over a freaking beep.
Right.
Beep.
But if I was like, let's say maybe 20 years old and I'm a new driver, that they might.
Right. Teach him a lesson early.
Yeah.
Won't see him back. But yet, here you are.
But at my age, with this being my very first ticket, I'd like to say under normal circumstances, they would probably just throw it out. But because of this fiasco that we're involved in,
right,
that may not happen. And if it doesn't, whatever. 245, like I don't really care.
It's a shame. All right, Kristen. Listen, thank you, sweetheart.
You're
if you
welcome.
need something, you let me know.
Yep, and I'll see you tonight.
Yep. Tonight at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
O'clock.
Justice served.
Oh, that's right. You guys are on tonight. That's awesome. Yes.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Enjoy yourself, Kristen. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon, girl.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. All right, Mike.
All right, buddy.
2.5 hours, Mike. We've been going at this. You guys are freaking awesome.
Don't forget to go over the contributions.
Yes.
And I'll sign off. And chat, unbelievable today. Lots of laughs. Yeah, so Tom's on Justice Serve tonight. Maybe we'll have an update from the federal courts.
Hopefully. I keep checking to try and give you guys something. I got nothing yet.
Did he give you an expectation when you shit here? Because what, it's been a week?
I think he was trying to get it in again. It's his schedule, and that's a whole different court. So anytime you can get a window, I think they'll take it. But I'm just a passenger on this train, my friend.
All right, I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you tonight or tomorrow down. I'll watch you tonight.
Yep.
Ask some good questions, will you?
I get you.
Pump our channel up, will you? Hit that like and subscribe, people. Diana G, thanks for the 5 memberships. Yes. All right, man.
All right, brother.
See you later, John Connelly. It was nice knowing you, bro.
Doubt, huh?
See you later, alligator.
Oh, this is so nice. I gotta post this, guys, real quick. Share. This makes my day. I'm telling you. You guys are awesome. You really are. File. Share. What am I going to do it? It won't let me do it that way. Save the image. They fixed the rock, everybody. And I'm so happy. I can't get it It won't let me, but here you go. I'll show you guys real quick. They fixed it. Lisa, thank you beyond thank you for fixing the rock. I appreciate it. Look at that. That, my friends, is dedication. That, my friends, is love. And that, oh, what's this? And see what else I got here. Make sure I get everything else. Yeah. So thank you for that. That was awesome to see that the rock's taken care of. And again, you guys are the best. So remember, Sunday, Dedham, Top Golf, that whole intersection every Sunday. Try and show up. Bring somebody. I'll bring some signs. I have a bunch of signs. Bring somebody. It's free. Hang out. Meet some great people. And you'll feel a lot better when you're done. Central Mass knows Karen Reed is factually innocent. There you go, Diane. Keep spreading the word. All right, everybody. It's been a great show. You guys are the best, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys know. We're going to do members only soon. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to do we'll do a members only before the show. How's that sound? So I'm trying to do a members only for you guys. So I'm working on that. And then this week we got court coming up next week. So it's going to be a ride. Everyone get ready. Maybe go get a pillow, get comfy stuff, candle, whatever you got to do. But we're doing it, guys. So get ready. It's going to be a long ride. With that said, let me go over all the donations. You guys are amazing. New member. Pano Joa 07 came a member. Thank you. And then Brian this morning. Morning, boys in chat. Hope you're having a good day. Tommy and Boston Mike will be joining LTL live this Sunday on the Sunday Super Show at 10:30. Looking forward to our conversation. Keep up the good work. That, my friends, is going to be a show. Me, Brian, and Mike could talk we could go on for 4 or 5 hours. Easy, without skipping a beat. I'm sure we could. So make sure to tune in on Sunday. It's going to be a great show. Renee, you fellas are just amazing. Thank you for all you do. Free Karen Reed. Keep showing up. And there's Nan. Nan, thank you for the $1.99. Oh my goodness. Wow. Blessed. Maybe when you get some free time, you can come hang with us. That'd be nice. Last time you did, you hung, chit chat with everyone. You had a good time when you were here. We enjoyed your time. I know my mods love you. Chrissy, question: if the Commonwealth calls Scanlon and he changes his story, how will the defense get in Yanetti's account to impeach him? That's a tough question there, man. But we talked about it. It's awesome. And then we've got Canadian friends. Great show coming from Canada for a few days to stand with you all. Oh, this is going to be sweet. By the way, I can't wait to meet you, Stephanie. All right. Georgia, hello, Kitty. Came a member. And there's Kristen again. She's been with us for a long time. And Diane G. 5 memberships. Wow. Thank you so very much. Really. Wow. All right, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow. You'll have a wonderful day. And I love you all. My mods love you back. They really do. So it's funny when you see people click like that. It works out good. All right, everybody. We'll chit chat later. Remember, free Karen Reed.